Dr. Andrew here, the Charlotte Athlete. We're going to go over 3 extremely important cues to improve shoulder stability, specifically in the overhead position. You're going to implement these 3 cues every time you either hold weight overhead, such as overhead squat or a snatch, or if you're pressing overhead, whether it be with a dumbbell or with a barbell, in any of the pressing movements, okay? So here are the 3. Number 1, when you're overhead, you always want the elbow to be fully locked out. So that's aggressively locked out, not partially, not most of the way, but aggressively locked out at all times. Number 2, you want to actively engage your shoulder towards the ceiling, okay? So take a look. This is my arm overhead, elbow locked out. This is arm overhead locked out with some engagement of all those shoulder muscles pushing towards the ceiling. Very, very important. And number 3, you want to add in what's called shoulder external rotation. So this relates, if you've ever heard the saying, armpits forward when you're doing your lifts, this is what that relates to, okay? If you take a look at my hand at the very top, it's facing towards you. Right now my hand is in internal rotation. The opposite, external rotation, is when my thumb is facing back at the very top of my lifting movements, okay? So you want to always end in external rotation, especially if you're pushing or holding weight overhead. Now, one last thing with that external rotation. If you have a barbell, you're not going to be able to put your hand facing backwards, thumb back. So what you want to do, I'm going to show you with this PVC pipe, is you want to actively try to twist or break that bar in half as if you're trying to get into that thumb back position. So I have the barbell overhead, or in this case PVC pipe, elbows are locked out, pushing towards the ceiling, and I'm trying to actively break that bar in half in this direction so you can achieve that shoulder external rotation. You take a look at my armpits, I'm here, and when I try to do that, they tend to go a little bit more forward. And that's what you want to keep your shoulders safe and healthy. So just to recap, number 1, elbows fully locked out. Number 2, actively pushing towards the ceiling at all times at the end of the lift or if you're holding weight overhead. And 3, making sure you're trying to get into that external rotation at the very top of the lift. Give those a try, implement them, let me know how it goes.